True or false? People with disabilities prefer to spend more time with other people with disabilities.
False.
Can you explain why?
I think that everybody enjoys to spend time with everybody.
True or false? Persons with disabilities aren't independent.
False.
False? Why?
Just because they have a disability doesn't make them not independent. I think they're really independent to do a lot of things.
True or false? People with disabilities are brave and courageous.
True.
How come?
Because they have different obstacles that we couldn't even imagine facing, that they face every day of their lives, and they don't often complain about it.
Persons with disabilities aren't independent.
False.
Why do you think that?
Because they are independent and can do things on their own.
People with disabilities in the workplace are less productive.
That's false.
Now why?
Well, for many reasons, there's no reason that they can't provide the same, if not more, productivity than someone without disability.
Disabilities can only be physical.
False.
What other disabilities do you know of that aren't physical?
That aren't physical disabilities? Like an intellectual disability, or a cognitive disability, or a developmental disability.
True or false? People with disabilities are more likely to acquire workplace injury.
False.
It is wrong to ask persons with a disability about their disability. Is that true?
I would almost think so, yes.
Why do you think that?
Oh, well, kind of brings something up that I'm sure they're already fully aware of.
Is it wrong to ask a person with a disability about their condition?
Oh boy, but on the spot, I don't think so.
Why do you not think so?
I think if you approach it in a sensitive way, it'd be obviously the most beneficial to get some sort of information, but I don't think being tell me all about this would be the best way.
People with disability prefer to hang out with other people with a disability. True or false?
False. Because people with disabilities like to hang out with everybody else. With or without disabilities, it doesn't really matter. They like to be included in whatever you're doing, the mainstream person is doing.
So people with disabilities have a higher incidence of workplace injury.
That's right.
Yes, because employers don't accommodate and may not be prepared or have the education or resources to support people in a workplace environment.
Is it wrong to ask a person with a disability about their condition?
Depends if they're comfortable with it or not.
People with disabilities are brave and courageous.
Exactly, yes, true.
True?
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
There are a lot of them nearby the university here. I can see them study and they do normal as us. That's what I can see from them.
People with disabilities are less productive in the workplace. True or false?
False.
Why do you say that, Dylan?
False, because I think people with disabilities have as much potential as anybody else in the workforce.
True or false? Persons with disabilities aren't independent.
They aren't independent?
Yeah.
No, they could be independent.
Why do you think that?
Because it depends on the disability, right? Just because they have a disability doesn't mean you can just shut them down like that and just assume that they aren't able to do things on their own, right?
Okay, true or false? People with disabilities are not productive in the workplace.
False.
Why do you think that?
Because I work very closely with 2 or 3 individuals who have helped our women's team, and they do a very effective job in the areas that we've assigned. They provide a very positive perspective, even for our athletes, because they have a very, people we've worked with anyway, a very very positive, consistent approach to things. They don't get rattled by things that are going on around them, perhaps to the same degree that people who in our society supposedly don't have any disabilities may experience, and things that we feel are very dramatic they don't see. So it's been very good for us.
True or false? Persons with disabilities prefer to spend time with others with disabilities.
False.
Why?
Because they like to talk to everyone just like anyone else, I think.
Just like we do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, would you feel comfortable doing day-to-day activities with a person with disability?
100%.
Can you explain why?
Well, just because they have the disability doesn't mean they need to be treated any different. I think equality is an important moral in life to have, and you need to treat everybody equal.
Do you have any close friends or people that you know with disabilities?
Definitely. I have someone in my family who has a disability, a mental disability, and I have a few friends around campus that I've gained friendship over the course of the past 2 years, and it's wonderful.
True or false? People with disabilities are less productive in the workplace.
False.
How come?
I believe that if they're trained properly and with the right means of training, I guess, they might have to be trained a little differently, but I think they can do just as good of a job.
Why would they have to be trained differently?
Because their minds work a little bit different and they respond to different sorts of training, I would say.
People with disabilities prefer to hang out with others who also have disabilities. Is that true or false?
True.
Yeah? Why do you think so?
I don't know. I just think so. I just think that they should hang out with the other disabilities, that they can just hang out with the other ones that have disabilities.
True or false? People with disabilities are less successful in the workplace than people with disabilities.
False. People with disabilities can be fantastic employees. They're very committed, very capable in jobs that are a good fit and that they are excited about.